2264. Wow, it should be a good game.
Hmm.
Russian.
So very strong game, I guess.
Yeah. Same-ish.
Hmm.
I think this is next. E5.
Okay.
Maybe even C5. They usually play or knight D7.
Hmm.
Quick A5. Wow. So he wants to play like that?
I think, yeah. Although it's a bit interesting choice.
I think I have to push. Calculate one more time. Just making sure. Takes, 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 takes. I've never played it in this kind of it's a weird, strange type of order. Like I'm trying to calculate, is this even what happens after if I just take this? Takes, bishop takes is one possibility, then queen takes. Then he takes here.
But I
Can I
think
play H4, H5 type of stuff? Probably not, right?
no, but we can, I was thinking we can take first the pawn on E5 and then the bishop on H6, right?
Takes, takes, and then takes, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a free pawn, yeah.
It seems like it, yeah. Yeah, I'm in a chess class right now. What's up? Tell me. I'm in the chess class, so I can text right now, but if it's something urgent, I can call you back after the class, dude. What is it that you need specifically? Question mark. Please send it in a text.
I think he just realized that he blundered a pawn.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe he was banking on this. Oh,
Wait a second. So
something doesn't seem right.
queen d8, I think, yeah.
Yeah, something is off, definitely.
I think we can take the
I can
queen
just take it,
first.
yeah, because he's banking on this check, and that check doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah.
Take the queen.
So I think we take the queen and then take the bishop, and it should be, yeah, should be. I mean, we should be winning a pawn, yeah, no matter what. But
Right.
yeah, let's just check once. I mean, if there is something better. Knight e4, queen h4, and queen h6 comes.
Right.
So queen h6, if I go knight f6 check, he still has king h8, yeah, and I
Say that one more
cannot.
time.
I was thinking if I take knight e4, so queen h4, g3, queen h6, and I go knight f6 check.
King h8.
So king h8
Nothing.
and queen h6, bishop h6, and knight d5. But I don't think that's enough. Yeah, he can just play knight a6.
Right.
So I think we should take queen d8 and bishop g7. I think we should take queen d8 and bishop g7 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at any other possibility by chance.
Hmm.
I don't think there's anything else though. And if I take with the pawn, same thing, right? Queen h4 is
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, yeah. Pawn doesn't make sense.
Right.
And bishop g7 first.
Yes, take here, yeah.
Okay, so
No,
now
no.
one is take, one is bishop f6.
Bishop f6, rook d6, then bishop e5, rook e6 will happen, right?
Yeah, but I will not play bishop e5. Yeah, I can play bishop e7.
Then again, rook d7.
Rook d7. So now I can play bishop somewhere back, like g5 maybe, or maybe a3. Maybe a3 actually. His knight is a bit stuck, don't you think?
Yeah, I definitely want to save the bishop, I think. You're right about that. I can't take on e5 because rook e8 is coming, right?
I mean, that we have to check, yeah, because bishop e5, I mean, obviously we should play bishop f6 first, and rook d6, bishop e5, rook e6, f4, f6. I don't think we should be doing that. I think
Right.
we should keep actually. Bishop f6 makes more sense here.
Yeah. No, we need to save the bishop for sure.
Yeah, bishop f6 makes
Because not
more
only is this
sense.
knight worth less because I have the dark square control, this knight is also extremely awkwardly placed and we'll have a hard time getting back into the game any quickly, right?
True,
It has to go
true,
here,
true.
here, come back this way,
Yep.
all this. Okay, so the reason you're suggesting bishop f6 and not just simply h6 is because why? Because it put awkwardly makes the rook a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. Has to play rook d6. Yeah, there isn't any second choice.
Right. Now bishop
Bishop
e7.
E7. Yeah.
You'll have to play rook. Probably he'll play d7, I'm assuming.
Okay.
I mean, he could play e6 also, but I feel like he'll want to keep it on this open file. Or no,
Mm-hmm.
actually, d6 does make e6 does make some sense because he's gonna play e4 next. He might play this actually.
I just thought I can come back bishop a3, and if he goes knight a4, okay, so bishop a a3, knight a4 is forced, and I'm gonna go c5.
So,
Look,
okay, let me ask you this question. What is the reason that we're doing all this with the bishop instead of just like what are we accomplishing from these bishop maneuvers, you think? Like, are we trying to keep it on this diagonal?
not really. I wanted to play c5 actually. So pawn to c5, like
We try to
so.
trap
So
the knight?
yeah, basically when I play the bishop anywhere now, he has to go to knight a4. Yeah.
Right.
So
Then you want to play
with my
c5
bishop,
and try to
yeah, if I want to play defend my
roll it.
b2 pawn and defend c5 and try to get bishop b5 basically.
Mm, that makes sense. Okay. Interesting. So you're trying to basically leverage this awkwardness of this knight somehow
Yes.
and
Yes.
put him in some type of a bind.
Yep.
That's interesting. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so knight a4. He wants to come
Yep.
out this way, so we play c5.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're threading b3.
Not b3. Bishop b5 is also threatened.
Mm. Okay, so okay, so for me, there's no way I would have seen this whole concept of bishop b5 way back when we were deciding whether we're gonna play this bishop f6 or not. You saw all this at that point in the game?
Yeah, yeah, I saw when we took actually I mean when he went for knight e4.
Wow.
I mean it's pretty forcing, yeah, that the c3 knight doesn't have a lot of squares.
Right,
So
that's fair enough. Yeah, everything is kind of forcing. That is true. But still, it's kind of a lot to calculate. Okay, so we definitely have to play this now if we're
I
gonna keep
think
the
so.
knight out. Okay, so bishop e5 is a threat. Let's just say he stops that with something like, I don't know, knight c6 or c6, whatever.
Knight c6 still allows bishop b5, yeah, the a4 knight is trapped.
Ah, now he's just losing it, I think.
No, now he has bishop
Oh,
d7,
bishop d7, right.
but wait. So we have to check this first. So for bishop d7, we can play long castle, yeah?
Hmm, that's wild. Rook is pinned, right?
Yeah, but I'm just thinking if we play bishop b5, I think we should play bishop b5, but maybe he will take on c5, right?
And then play rook here, right?
Yeah, but we still have rook d1, and I think we will go rook d8, and we have some back rank pins on him.
Well, the bishop would be hanging, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And the knight cannot move, yeah. Let's go bishop b5. I mean, that's the most logical move here.
Yeah. Gave me all this time. Okay, great. I guess he's expecting the same back from me.
I guess. Okay, but he's actually enjoying the game, because it's very interesting. It's very new.
Yeah.
If he plays bishop d7, we have long castles, that's for sure.
Right.
No, this cannot work. Knight. We
92
should
right
play
over.
first. We should play that.
Then rook has to stay on this fourth rank. So rook f4. No, he can't play f4. Rook h3, then I have g3.
Yeah,
But maybe he'll play. No, he can't attack my bishop. I'll just take the knight, right? I mean, I'll take the rook. Sorry, I meant.
for sure. Yes.
Wow, what a move!
But why? We can just take the rook, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's yeah. This is a crazy way of approaching it, though. So, do you think? Okay, so knight is awkwardly placed still. He's attacking b2, and it's hard to defend this, and this becomes a problem. So, do you think we should just take it?
I was thinking long castle, to be honest.
This check threatened, right?
Yeah,
And then using the king to defend some of this stuff.
if possible, yeah.
Check. And if he plays after long castle, this rook move here,
The rook, I will just take the knight and play
take,
rook.
and then check. Okay, got it. So basically in this game, you being able to calculate from 94 all the way to there and me not being able to do it is just basically calculation training.
Yes, for sure. That's just the, like, not just calculation, Rafi. I think it's visualization as well, because we also train on visualizing the position, yeah, like which piece moves where.
Right.
And this intuition, right? Like when he captures on c3, for example, like knight c3,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to capture back, yeah, because the knight is stuck. So
Mm-hmm.
automatically you start looking for, okay, intermediary moves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So plus with the bishop, it's much easier, right, to go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it's mainly like calculation and visualization training. Like we have solved so many positions blindfolded that it's much easier to approach those positions.
Right. Okay, so he got this knight out. He wants to come here maybe or something. Well, he can't really. This is hanging. Mm, take, check. He moves. It's hard to really take advantage of that. Wait. Oh, no, this is gone now. I was thinking I can just take this and take that, but I can't.
Uh-huh.
Um, maybe I really don't want to give the initiative to him by taking this though, because then I have to play Rook King B1. He's getting a move. I'm trying to keep the initiative somehow while
Mhm.
protecting this guy. Takes, check, King moves. Then do I want to simply just no, then that's coming out. I feel like maybe I have to take it.
I think I have to take the a4 knight, yeah.
Yeah, because there's really no good way to defend this thing anymore.
I think we should just take and play king b1 or something.
Yeah, I saw that and I was trying to see if there is any way to keep the initiative still and not having to play a move like that, but I don't think there is, right?
But okay, maybe we do actually, because I really don't want to give him bishop f5, you know. It looks too risky, right?
Hmm.
But I don't know what else to play here.
Yeah. We have to defend bishop check and the king here. And then what will he do? How will he take advantage of my king here, though? Is the question. Maybe he'll try to play this or no.
Yeah, but I don't want the king to be stuck, on.
Yeah. Because he has b3, knight here, b4, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
Potentially.
yeah, yeah. It's just not healthy enough, you can say.
So right now, this is hanging. We have to protect that. I don't think we can just drop that pawn, right?
Yeah, but we don't have a move to defend that. I think, although I don't want to do it, maybe king c2 is the only choice we have.
And if he takes, well, I guess he'd check first.
I thought if he takes, we can go rook
Oh,
a1.
he gives the check, we can just go to king b3. But he'll take on a2, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna take on a2 for sure.
But then we just have to give up the pawn back and play rook a1.
I thought so, but I'm not sure.
He's getting a lot of play all of a sudden. What the hell? Maybe we should just let go of c5 instead of allowing all this and kept the bishop.
Maybe, maybe that was a better idea. But yeah, bishop a4 just looks so natural.
Right.
I think he can still take rook a2 because rook a1, he has bishop f5.
Actually, I should play rook a1 now, right?
Yeah,
King
I
b2
thought so.
here, then I play here.
Check's not a problem, but he will play bishop f5, and I think he's got a perpetual somewhere. King b3
Right.
and bishop e6. I think that's the perpetual.
And I
King
can't move
c.
away from the b2.
Yeah, king c2.
Oh my God. That's wild. He's calculating this then?
Wow. King c3.
We have to, yeah. Because b2 is hanging.
But now I think we're back in the game.
Maybe so, yeah. I'm gonna take the rook next move, by the way.
Yeah, take the rook, play b3. Should take.
And then play b3 next, you said?
No, I think maybe we can play rook a1 as well first.
And if he checks now, king here, d2?
No, if he checks, I'll take on b3.
There's no discovered, nothing?
I'm a rook up, so
Then b3, then king b2 and take this guy, right?
yeah. King
King
d2,
here?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Now knight c3 next.
I thought knight c1. Makes more sense, right? Because I can play
Yeah,
b3 after that.
right. Just trade everything
Yeah.
as quickly as we can.
And also
b3
I have this possibility of playing king c3 as well. So
right now, right?
yeah, king c3, king, I don't know. Maybe we should play b3 first, I think.
I think b3 is direct straightforward because now he has no way to really defend this, right?
True, true, true.
And that's the most dangerous thing yeah, in this position.
Yeah. Now this should be winning for us. Yeah, rook b2. And now the technical part of the chess. So h4. Start with h4, Rafi, always.
Really?
Yeah, don't allow him to play g5. It's easier for you to make a pass pawn now.
King e3, right?
Yeah, king e3.
Now then I played this move.
g4, yeah. Okay, very good. King f2.
Now I played g3.
Yeah.
Try to break this thing up.
I think first, if he plays king f6, you can even play rook d2. Okay, perfect. So
g3.
g4 maybe, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Credit pass pawn here. That's more reasonable. He'll take it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Rook d2. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm going here.
Rook d8.
How to
Yeah.
win.
I mean, they should be winning.
Eventually, I mean, how exactly would be the method? Like to come up and
Yes, so now takes, I think.
takes or play rook c8?
Both are fine. Yeah, rook c8
I like
also
rook
works.
c8 more.
Sure, rook c8, go for it.
Now definitely winning. He's dropping this one too now.
Yep.
He should have pushed that pawn maybe.
Yep.
No traps. I was looking for a bishop trap, but there's nothing.
f4 is the threat.
Right. Okay, so now I have to think about how can I progress.
Yeah, that's usually a tough question here.
I need to get my king here, but then this is hanging. So
Yep. Check, I guess. Rook. Oh, yeah, rook a7, you think? Bishop
I
e6.
haven't figured out the I guess
Oh, now we
the
can give a check. Now we can give a check. No, this should be winning.
but then what? How do I get this one?
We I think we bring the king around, right? King f2, king e3,
And then try to go like
king d2, king c3. We try to go this way. Yeah, why not?
is
And you know, Rafi, for this, like all purposes, you should keep your rook also on a dark square, yeah, like on b6 or something,
yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
just to be safe.
Skewers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then now I've got the king to where? What do you think is the target square it should be for me? Like here?
Yeah,
And is there any possibility he'll come and take this guy?
too slow, I think. He cannot do that.
And if he tries to trade these off?
Anytime he plays e4, I'm gonna play f4, yeah. So king c3.
He's gonna come around and take this though.
That shouldn't it be okay for us? King c4. King d5.
But then he's gonna get this pawn, right?
Not so easy, yeah. Takes.
I have to calculate this king rook here takes. See if I can make that work, right?
Yeah, if but he's gonna move his bishop, yeah. Maybe rook b2 Rafi first.
What
And
was the
rook
idea of
g
rook b2?
rook g2 and king f6.
Mm, that would have made more sense than I was trying to go this way, but okay. I see what you're saying. Just rook and bishop versus rook, king and bishop is draw, right? Or
Yeah,
sorry,
it
king and rook
depends.
versus king and bishop.
It depends like which part of the corner you are stuck at. But yeah, usually it's a draw.
Should I play here now? No, he's just gonna play king g3. But then I have
Yeah.
to push.
I think you have to come king f4 first. Now king g5, yeah. And then f4. I think this should be winning.
I'm gonna give it check maybe first,
Yes. Should give a check.
and then come back here.
Yep.
But then why did I give the check? I should have just came here.
Because if you come here, he's gonna move his bishop, yeah. But if he plays king e4, his bishop won't have squares.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so this is the thing, yeah. Okay, so now, yes, I think we should play that.
But he's gonna move
His
the bishop
bishop, yeah.
here somewhere. Then
We have to dominate his bishop actually. Okay, wait a second. So now, no. I think king e4, king g4.
idea is what?
Just wait to see where he's going. Okay, king, no, king h4. King h4. And king g5, so triangulation is done.
So if he moves bishop here now,
I think I'm gonna attack the bishop, yeah, with okay, now I can give a check, rook b3. Rook
here.
e3. Yeah,
Um,
rook e1, I guess.
his bishop is, I think, staying on the diagonal.
We can't kick it out.
Maybe not.
No, wait. So just a second. Maybe just rook e1, play rook and go rook c1 next. Go rook c1. Right. Yeah. And now let's play rook c4, I guess. Or rook c7, okay. Rook e7. Rook e7, Rafi.
Oh shit. I should have played that.
Rook e8, okay.
But I can't take it though. F4 is
Not
hanging.
not yet.
Right. So that's the thing, is that he's gonna move the king.
How can we not zugzwang the bishop here?
I think it's because he has like multiple, like there's no way my rook is gonna be able to get all these squares at the same time. And his king is always gonna be close enough to get the f4 pawn. Maybe we have to play king g4, king g3, something like that.
How do we get that? Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
question.
he's never going away from, he's not ever gonna allow, he's never gonna allow king g3. I'm thinking. And it's difficult to, maybe we can try to use the king and the rook to try to see if we can push the king back.
So that means we should play rook a7.
I would check here, right? Try to push him back this direction and bring the king out to g3. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. I think we can try that. Yes, we should give a check.
Now here.
But he always plays king f5. Yeah, I mean, bishop f5. Okay, let's try. Let's try.
Oh, I should have played. Well, dang it.
Rook.
Just
I think
wait.
we have to wait. Yeah, rook c3. Really can't understand how we cannot zook on this bishop, you know. Maybe it's a draw.
King will come back basically. He will never allow. He'll never allow me to play king g3. That would have been the only option that we would have
Okay,
in
so
this
now
position.
rook e5, yeah. Actually, I understood something. I think we have been approaching this position wrongly. Let's play rook b5.
Here,
B, bat. And rook b4 next. Yeah. And king f6.
then what's the idea?
And king e5 I want to play.
Interesting. We're getting pretty close to 50 moves, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. But okay, we don't have a choice, right?
So what's the idea? I'm still not understanding it.
I thought his bishop will lack a square now, and maybe we can use this opportunity.
But the bishop will always have f5 though.
That's the thing which I don't like about this position, that he always has bishop f5. I think now we can go rook f8 maybe.
f8?
I mean b8, sorry, rook b8.
Oh shit.
b8. No, no,
Oh
no,
shit.
Rafi.
Oh no. Why did I do that?
Okay, this is lost. Just resign.
Oh no.
Okay, that's funny.
Um, okay, so basically I think that we should have, I'm trying to think of how I don't think we should have allowed him to take this pawn.
This h4 one, yeah.
Right. Because after he took that, I think that any kind of winning chances were gone.
Maybe actually I thought one variation, but we had very low on time. Yeah, I thought this variation where we could have checkmated him, you know. So rook h7, yeah, when we brought the king around. Yeah, this is fine. Wait. 1 second, 1 second. So here, just a second. Go back a bit. One couple of, yes, so couple of moves back. Yes, so when king is on h6, yeah, when he played king h6. So here, can we play rook b7?
He doesn't have to move anything though, right? He can just move the bishop. Oh, he can't move the bishop on this diagonal. So if he pushes the pawn, then what happens? I check. No,
I
can't
mean,
check. He's gonna play here.
but can he play g5? That's the point, yeah.
I think that's maybe the trick is he always has this kind of just g5 type of move to take away this h pawn.
Yeah, no, this. Oh, So is this a draw actually?
Yeah, maybe so. Probably.
I think it's a draw if it this one, not G5.
Mm. So Indian is showing advantage even over here somewhere.
But 1.6 is not enough, yeah. I think Rook A7 was not necessary. These positions have to be so accurate, you know. Like
Hmm.
you have to zugzwang the bishop. I know that for a fact in this position.
Right.
So how do we make the bishop leave the diagonal? That's the question.
Wow. Give up this pawn.
No, I saw F4, but you know, this is not very clear, yeah. Like, okay, he can take. Ah, he's using the pawn to hide. Okay, this was a nice idea. So basically, you know, after this position, without the G6 pawn can be drawn by black.
Without?
Yes. So there is a very nice position. Could I share my screen just for a second?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I know this for a fact, actually. So this position without the G pawn can be a draw, but
Even
it's
if I had the H pawn?
yeah, provided you have the H pawn. The point is, it depends a lot on what bishop you have. Like basically, if the color is correct, like if you're on the right color, and if white's pawn is on H5, then it's a draw. If white's pawn is on H4, then it's a loss for black.
Hmm.
I know this for a fact, actually. Hang on a second. I'll just share my screen. Yeah, can you see the position?
No, not yet.
Okay. Visible now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see, Rafi, this point, when you have the pawn on H4, this will be winning for white. But if it's on H5, it's not winning. Like this position will be drawn.
Mm.
But now I understand if black has a pawn on G6, then it's never going to work out for black because always there will be checkmating nets around the king.
Mm.
Okay, that was a fact which I didn't consider during.
So,
Oops.
okay, so in this game, that line I was just looking at the end. So why is that winning for white?
The one, this one you
Yeah,
mean?
where white played F4.
F4.
Yeah.
So I
Thinking
think it
king
was
E3. Yeah, something like that.
so here F4, yeah, something like this.
Yeah.
I think they should be winning, yeah, because you just play this, you give a check, he has to go back, then you enter with king on F6 or king on H6. It has to be winning. This
Mm.
this pawn is basically blocking the bishop's defensive square.
Hmm.
So just to give you like some sort of an idea, yeah. So you can see, right, this position is lost for black. Even if it's just without any pawns, it's very bad because the bishop is of the wrong color, yeah, here.
Yes.
So you need the light square bishop, which is available here. But the light square bishop's defensive task is on H7 and G8, so that the king can safely go to H8. Now, black cannot go to h7, yeah, because of the pawn.
Hmm.
So we can just play king g5 here, push him away, play king f6 or king h6. I'm pretty sure it has to be winning for us somewhere. And you know, the bishop can actually be dominated. I'm pretty sure about that. Because he has what, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 squares here. But
Hmm.
this square is not a safe square because I can always play h5.
Hmm.
And to dominate these 3 squares, I have like, okay, if I put the king on e5, so that means he has only 3 squares, and I put rook on c3 or c7 somewhere. I'm pretty sure we are very close to dominating the bishop.
Right. Interesting.
So I'm pretty, maybe, I mean, maybe this is actually, yeah, this is possible to win. You can see that. The bishop will be dominated in this case.
Okay, bishop will be dominated, but then what? Like, how is the where's the breakthrough? Like with the
No need
checkmate,
of a,
or like what is?
I think no need of a breakthrough here, yeah. Because okay, what will black play? Let's say he plays king g7, right? So I play
Mhm.
king g5. So
Yeah.
he has to move his bishop, yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, now I give a check. So now I play king f6. Okay, so what's black's defensive method here? He has to wait with his king.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say he goes here, maybe. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I cannot take the pawn, yeah, because it's gonna be a draw.
Right.
So now I have to
You have to
dominate.
now
I'll start trying to dominate the bishop here.
okay, let's just say you play C2 or something.
Yeah, bishop c2. So now I'm gonna go. I I guess this.
Bishop E4.
Have to think of it. I have to get this. So can I mean, I know there is some sort of a checkmating pattern somewhere. Um, let's start rook e2. Where will you go? I think here or
Let's
here.
just say I go to yeah, like C no, yeah, D3. That's fine.
So now let's play this. See,
Okay. Ultimately, what is the situation you're trying to create as what I'm trying to understand?
I'm actually trying to get something like this where your
Where
bishop
your
will
king
be.
is on H6?
No, I mean your bishop will be forced to come to f5, and I will play h5. That's what I'm trying to create here.
Okay.
So king g5. Okay, king g7 looks forced. Yeah.
Sure.
So let's say this has to be played. King g8. Let's go rook c7, bishop
Yeah.
e4, and maybe king to. Uh,
How will you dominate the bishop without using the king? And if you're using the king, how will you make progress on the black king?
That's what actually, I mean, I understood that I can take care of all these squares, but I just
Mhm.
forget that once I take care of all these squares,
The
like
white king is no longer involved in the
you
bidding
have a free
process.
move with the king, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I forgot in this position. Does that mean it's a draw?
It looks like it. I don't.
I don't believe it's a draw. I mean, I cannot believe that it's a draw.
Yeah, so your standard
But I don't
checkmate
know how to do.
method here would be to run the king out of squares, but then in that moment he will always play a bishop move, right? Your
Yeah,
turn to get the bishop to f5, but he doesn't have to commit bishop to f5 because he's got at least e4 and b1 or some other combination of two squares to go to.
exactly.
If you
Actually,
ever give up
that's
the h5 pawn, then will that ever work in a situation where you just push
no.
h5 and
I don't
try to?
think I want to check, but is engine suggesting any clear ways? Where is the
Maybe it's
win?
suggesting. Mhm.
Okay, Rafi, this is some strange variation which the engine is suggesting. I still don't get the idea.
Somehow you would have to get your king to b2 or g7, get pawn already to h6. Somehow bishop cannot be on that diagonal, b1 to b7 diagonal, and then you take the b7 pawn with the rook. Is that the idea?
I'm not so sure
How
if
will
I
all
can
those
get
things
that.
ever even happen?
Yeah, I mean, how do I get that?
I would like to see what is the win here because it's showing a huge advantage. So how does it looks very difficult to me to crack
I
through
have
that.
no idea. Like, okay, I can follow a few moves. So king g5, bishop e4, king h6, bishop b1. So okay, he's dragging the king out. And okay, what is he doing? So he's playing rook c5. He's playing rook g5. And playing king h7. I have no idea how this helps.
Hold on, wait. Why'd you put the bishop on b5, f5? Put it on a square where it's not hanging
Okay,
after h5.
doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll put it here.
Okay.
Or
Put it on e4. Yeah.
also he's
Mm,
kicking me out like this first. And then he's gonna play rook
yeah.
g1 and rook g6.
Okay, so in that scenario, interesting. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Look, you push the black king off to the f file, past the f file, then you
Yeah,
just take on g6. King
yeah,
g7, rook g1, black king is on the e file, and then you take on g6.
yeah. Now I get it as well. But he's doing it in a very nice way, like
You have
he's
to you have to get your king not on the h file, but on the g file, I think, for this to happen, right?
yeah, that's what he's trying to do. Yeah, he's trying to give a check here. So basically here I think it means that rook g2 is the most accurate move here. Because you get rook f2, follow it up with king g7, and just play rook f6 and rook g6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But this is crazy. So wait, it looks like you see, Rafi, here I did mention, yeah, rook b2, rook g2.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be rook b4, yeah? No, rook b2 was correct as well. No, because this I had a very similar position once against a grandmaster, which I managed to convert, by the way. So I was pretty happy about this position that I knew that this should be winning. All we have to do is cut off on this file, yeah, then it's automatically winning. Here rook
Cut off.
b,
I'm sorry. Which file? Say that one more time.
see if you play rook b2, right? So
Yes.
now you are gonna give this check, okay, no matter what.
Yeah.
So you will come here somehow. And now the idea is very simple, yeah. You just
Same
play,
concept, I think, right? As before.
sorry.
Oh, you can't really. Yeah, yeah. Similar concept. The king will go on g7. Eventually, you'll take on g6, and then you'll walk the f pawn.
Yes, yes, I'm gonna do this
Because the f
exactly.
pawn is now free to walk because the king is cut off.
King is cut off, exactly.
Because otherwise, the issue was always that the king was always around the f pawn every time, so we couldn't and never take on g6.
Yeah, we tried to cut it off on the like completely on a wrong way. Yeah, we thought this will be enough, but our rook is not attacking. So here you can see when you cut off on the G file, like basically like this. So your rook is cutting off the king plus it's cutting off the king plus it's attacking the pawn. Yeah.
Yes, king should have never been allowed to go past the g file. At the moment the king came to the g file, it was already a draw, I think.
Yep. I think this was our biggest mistake was this one.
Yep.
Now it's actually a draw. So I was merely hoping that if he plays this, I have rook b6,
The
and this
king
is
had to be cut off, right? That was the only winning chance, it seems
this
like.
this was my winning idea, by the way.
Hmm. Right. So where bishop can't hold on to the pawn anymore. Oh, this is the where you get the mine square situation.
Yeah.
You would waste a tempo here and then take on f5. Well, I guess it's black to move at this moment, so he can't even
It's
do
it's
anything.
black. It's black to move, yeah, and he will lose the pawn, right?
Yeah, we talked about this before, this mine square thing. You were trying to get to that situation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if he's losing the pawn, so let's just say he plays, yeah, bishop d7. But we still have to protect f4 though, right? Can't just... Oh, we can give a check and then take on g6. If bishop d7, check, then take the pawn on
Yeah,
g6.
bishop e7, I'm just gonna give a check and take it. Yeah, this is defended.
And then is that for sure a win?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Rafi. I think we will probably have to wrap it up here. As you can see, this took way more longer than I expected, but very informative game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
interesting.
think I think Rafi, we need to actually analyze this, in a much more detailed manner. I mean, there are so many things to discuss, yeah, in this position.
Yeah.
So you can actually see knight c5 was working here. I told you, right? I was worried about this move.
Mm.
Because rook d5. So what was my initial calculation was this. And what's the big deal? So I think the point is that I cannot attack the knight, yeah?
Mhm. Can you go back? Well here, okay, so show me what you're gonna show me in there, but I was curious if we needed to play this bishop e7 stuff or not. Okay, here. Yeah, go back.
No, bishop f6, I'm for sure it's fine.
Wait,
So
wait, hold on, hold on. So instead of that, okay, bishop f6, sure. But then what if happens if we just simply play bishop g5?
directly or with this, like
Without playing all this. Well, I guess okay, yeah, put the rook on d7 and then play this, right? The
Mhm.
bishop is
But
blocked.
I didn't see how we will get advantage. Yeah. I mean, sure, it looks very comfortable with double bishops, but I just didn't find a way to stop this.
Right now we're still up a pawn, right?
No, no, it's equal.
So how did he get the pawn back again with knight
He took
e4?
on
What
E,
happened?
he took on E4, yeah. So you took here, he took here. That's it.
But bishop, okay, so go back again. Couple moves when we took on. Okay, so go back before this. So we couldn't even get away with taking this pawn, basically, is what the computer is saying.
Yeah, I mean, saying that you have to play D5.
That's wild. Okay, play that move. Play takes e5. That's crazy. You get so much play out of this.
Okay. Anyway, Rafi, I think I gotta rush for my next session.
Okay.
Let's pick it up from here. I'm gonna pre-analyze everything and I think probably let's resume with this particular thing the next time.
Okay, man. Sounds good.
Because I really want to analyze this. It was very new for me as well.
Yeah. Crazy situation, right?
Crazy. Yeah, crazy. Like I actually believe we are winning. Right now, I just see that we are not. And so many things. Yeah, we have to check. I will take care of the analysis. I just
Okay.
will discuss it for the next time.
Okay, man. Sounds good.
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
good game
Talk later.
actually.
Mhm. Bye.
Yeah, see you, Rafi. Bye.